Triple threat women are always treated as non-human. It's only true when it happens to them. Hi guys, welcome back to Clare's Kingdom, where we talk facts, walk fierce, and remind the world that well-behaved women rarely make history.
You wake up, toast up, run around in it, flossing on it. This diamond, my diamond. This rock, my rock. I woke up like this. I woke up like this.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we are talking about how triple threat women, how intelligent women, powerful women are treated behind closed doors, or sometimes literally in broad daylight. Okay, a lot of the time when you're a beautiful woman, you're smart, you're above average, you don't fit into stereotypes, you can't be put in a box, people can't place you, they tend to strip you of your humanity. And this can apply to just women in general, how you may be seen as an object, or only seen as a functional use only, or functional purposes only. People may see you as the muse, see you as the pretty girl, the person that, keeps the spirits high, or they see you as the threat, the disruptor, whatever that looks like to you. So my first point of how triple threat women are treated as non-human is the constant invalidation. This could be in the workplace, at home, in your relationships, at your job, at school. You're always in a position where, let's say you report a problem, let's say you report abuse, you speak up about being excluded, left out, being treated differently, being purposely ignored, being treated differently, or being a target, or being targeted. A lot of the time people will not take you seriously, or some people might even relish in the fact that you're being excluded or you're being treated badly, because they see you as, the triple threat. You have the looks, you have the beauty, you have the money, you have whatever, the house, whatever people find threatening in you or about you. Some of the time, or most of the time, people will see that and love that because they think you have it all. So you can go through the same thing. People will be less inclined or less likely to empathize with you, or maybe tell you to suck it up, or like I said, maybe even enjoy it because they think you have it all, or because you look a certain way, your life is perfect. When in reality, you're human, but in that moment, they just find it hard to see you as human, especially if you're drop dead gorgeous. People find it very hard to empathize with people or a person that's highly attractive, or even wealthy, or just successful, because they think you have it all. They put you on this pedestal, so you're no longer human. The next part is being seen and not heard. So, like I said, sometimes people want you in the room just because of the status you bring. Sometimes they want you around because they want your validation. Or maybe, like I said, you're just someone that brightens the room. You lift up the aura. You lift up the energy. But at the same time, they don't want you to speak. They don't want you to share your mind. They eye roll you every time you share something. They want you to just be pretty, don't say anything. An ornament, just be ornamental. This can apply even with relationships. Perhaps you're with a man who just wants you to be, a trophy, or he wants you to be the beautiful woman or the beautiful wife without you, or without having to deal with the other parts of you. Again, being treated as non-human. You're just supposed to be this beautiful trophy. Perhaps you're even helping bring in money or bring attention because of your beauty or your aura, your presence. So essentially you're seen as a function. Like I said, people use you, or they want you to be around, not necessarily because they like you, but because they like your gifts. Maybe the attention you bring, the clientele you bring, the services you bring, makes them very hard to actually empathize with you as a real person. And my next point is being the scapegoat, especially in dysfunctional units, families, institutions, workplaces. People expect you to be strong. They expect you to take everything. They expect you to deal with everything. People can be mistreating you, bullying you, and they expect you to just, get over it, forgive, be the bigger person. Like every single time, it's you that has to be the bigger person. Again, because a lot of the time, the people who are mistreating the triple threat woman may be seen as quote unquote mediocre, let's just say. I love using that word, don't even ask me why. And of course, everybody's equal, nobody's better than the other because of, whatever. But talking in terms of how perception and society and how things actually are, people, unfortunately, we are ranked on certain levels. And when someone is less threatening, when the less threatening person is mistreating the threatening person, people are more likely to explain the less threatening person's actions away, or perhaps expect you to be the bigger person, expect the triple threat person to be the bigger person because they're ahead, they're smart, they're quote unquote more mature or more intelligent, so it's like you should get over it. And again, disregarding your feelings, disregarding your negative experiences in the name of keeping the peace, even though you're not the one who even brought the disruption. But they'll always be on the side as the disruptive person or the chaotic person, because in their eyes, that person is just given more grace because perhaps they're seen as more unfortunate or less lucky compared to you. I don't know. Another thing triple threat women experience is being labeled as dramatic or a diva. And don't get me wrong, like, I'm a diva. I don't mind the diva title. The problem comes when serious things happen, or like I said, mistreatment happens, and they always try to gaslight you out of your experience. It's always, it didn't happen that way, or maybe you saw it wrong, or actually it happened this way, and they try to recreate your experience or retell the story or rewrite the narrative, when in reality they just don't want to face the fact that you're being mistreated. They don't want to face the fact that yes, a triple threat woman can go through the gutter. Yes, a triple threat woman can be excluded and left out and treated badly. And honestly, I think sometimes they see it, but again, they just refuse to acknowledge the experience of the triple threat woman, especially if they themselves are threatened by you or the woman. And one thing I've noticed, when you're this kind of woman, you're powerful, outspoken, beautiful, smart, ambitious, people are always trying to convince you that your perception is wrong. Like, I understand that sometimes we can maybe see something wrong, or maybe we can misunderstand things, but how are you wrong every single time? Like, how are you always seeing things wrong every single time? Like, not even once can someone say, you know what, actually I saw that, you know what, actually that wasn't right. And you know what, even if it's the case where someone being willing to investigate, someone being willing to say, you know what, perhaps it happened this way, I don't know, let's find out. People aren't even willing. Most of the time, people aren't even willing to find out whether something happened or not. They just want to disprove you. They just want to be on the opposite side of you. And also beware of people who act cordial or good with you, and then as soon as something goes wrong, they're on the side of the opposer. Just watch out for that, because a lot of the time, those are the type of people that have been waiting. They've been waiting for someone or something to go against you, or for a reason to turn against you, because they just never liked you to begin with. And this can even come from parents, siblings, family members, just feeling always unprotected. Like, you're just always unprotected. Like, no one is ever on your side or your corner. Or if they are, they're not as loud or as straightforward as they would be with other people. And it's always this pattern of protecting the aggressors. And unfortunately, that happens a lot, especially just with women in general, or just in certain systems. The abusers are always protected somehow, some way. And another thing triple threat women will experience is always being held to impossible standards, or always being held to standards that everyone else can break or everyone else can fall shy of, except for you. Like, rules for thee, not for me. And they love when they just love to see you fail. And sometimes people may not be actively thinking like, oh, I want you to fail. Some people can, which is crazy, another level of sadistic. But a lot of the time, sometimes people are just relieved when perhaps you missed the next milestone, or perhaps you got the delay, or perhaps you got passed over the promotion. Whatever the case is, sometimes it may not even be necessarily malicious, but some people are relieved when something doesn't work out for you, because again, you're less threatening and you may be more relatable. Maybe people are scared of you surpassing them, especially if you're like on the younger side, perhaps, or maybe you're the first in your family to do something, or maybe you pass a certain threshold in your salary. People tend to be relieved when things fall through, because it's like, you're already the triple threat. Like, you already have it all. You can't have more, you know? Which is an unfortunate way to think, because that's a very scarcity based mindset. People always try to convince you that your struggle isn't that bad, or they try to, well, let's say you worked hard on something, you achieved something that took literally everything out of you. They will turn that card so quickly. Like, recently, guys, I actually achieved a big milestone, and I heard people saying things like, oh, I probably went to see someone to do, some sort of black magic. And when I tell you, I laughed so hard at that, because I was like, wow, I wish it was that easy. But again, people will try to explain your success with the most craziest of stories. And I think that's so insane, because you already see me as threatening. You already, in your mind, put me on a pedestal. So why is it so crazy that I achieved something amazing? And instead of just to, give you a congratulations, and sometimes to your face they may, but behind closed doors they're creating all sorts of theories to help soothe their egos. But yeah, when people do stuff to you, they often say things like it probably didn't happen that way, or maybe they didn't mean it. Like, one thing I've been sick of, especially growing up, right? The one thing I'd hate to hear was they probably didn't mean it that way. Because no matter if someone probably meant something, no matter how people may have intended something to go, the point of the matter is the action happened. The action still happened. What they did happened. So it's not a matter of what they meant or what they didn't mean. It's a matter of they did something. Now we deal with it accordingly. But a lot of the time, like I said, people want you to extend grace instead of that person to just be normal or act with respect or kindness. You're the one that needs to adjust. Because what do you mean? Like, especially when it's a thing where you would never do it to someone else. I think that's the worst part. And I've shared the story before of when I was in university. At that time, my closest friend was a very male-centered woman, where I was in the bathroom and a person of authority walked in there and he was just standing there watching me. And like I said in the story, when I talked about in the video, I think it was women are part of the patriarchy, and it was a very mortifying experience for me. And I told the story to my friend, my closest friend at the time, and she tried to gaslight the heck out of me. She would say things like, oh no, he's probably slow, he didn't mean it like that, he clearly was in the wrong place, he probably didn't mean it like that, even though he was clearly in a woman's bathroom, clearly in the wrong place. Especially when it was literally like a long pause, clearly crossed the boundary. Now, whether intent or not, like, he clearly crossed that boundary. And that really gave me an ick from that friendship. I really got the ick. Like, I don't even use words like that, but the ick, if you want to call it that. I really got the ick from that friend. And it was just so concerning because I got the most support and most understanding from literally a stranger after that experience. Like, a stranger, one of my course mates at the time. And I was hardly close to her, but somehow she was more understanding. And that quote-unquote friend of mine was just so eager to just put the conversation back to herself. So again, triple threat women are just seen as non-human because that is not how you treat a person. That's not how you treat people. You don't just try to explain away their trauma or explain away an inappropriate situation by saying, oh, they probably didn't mean it like that. Like, what is that about? Like, who needs friends with friends like that? But I digress. Another way triple threat women are seen or treated as non-human is when you tell people, or you express to people how you sense negative intentions. Or let's say you're the type of person to see through people or to see someone, like I said, negative intentions, and being told things like, oh, you're thinking too much. Like, I've had instances in the past where I'd go to relatives and say how certain family members, even cousins or whatnot, purposely isolate me or exclude me, and I'm told you're thinking too much into it. Even when the evidence was clear as day, it would just still be oh, you're probably thinking too much into it. And I just find it interesting that if it was something that was just a one-off thing or something that's, thinking too much into it, why would it be such a repetitive occurrence? And it's all fun and games. Like, I want to end this video with this. It's all fun and games until that stuff happens to them. And it's all fun and games until everything you said was happening comes to light. Because that's the amazing thing about this. Even if it may take weeks, months, years even, at the end of the day, the treatment the triple threat women or the triple threat woman experiences or sees always ends up happening to other people. And only then will they come to you and say they were wrong, if they even have that humility. But a lot of the time people realize, like, wow, she wasn't crazy after all. You weren't crazy after all. And the amount of times that's happened, like, guys, wow. And I think the most insulting thing about it is how when things finally happen to other people that you've been saying have been happening to you, they act so shocked. They act so betrayed. And I'm like, this is exactly what I told you about. This is exactly what I said. But somehow they still want you to be shocked with them. And it's like, no. At the end of the day, all this treatment of triple threat women, beautiful women, smart women, rich women, ambitious women, is all fueled by jealousy. It's fueled by envy. Some people are just sick and they love the thrill of making a beautiful woman or a powerful woman suffer. Some are just trying to make you feel small or invalidated so they can soothe their egos. So the story that they've made of you in their head is still going. I don't know. It's a weird phenomenon, but this is just my take. But yeah, you just have to find your people and just protect yourself, set boundaries, and yeah, I love you, because in this life, yeah, people are weird. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this one. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
I woke up like this. We fly. flawless. Ladies, tell them I woke up like this. I woke up like this. We flawless. Ladies,